Hello, my name's Theodora and I'm from Edinburgh Community Food. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Christmas cracker. In your food boxes you will have received a template looking something like this. It has a series of diamonds at the top and at the bottom and some instructions in the middle. You can follow these instructions to make your Christmas cracker, but we just thought it might be fun if you joined me and we made the Christmas cracker together. We'll need a few things today for making our Christmas crackers. We'll need some thin card. It can be plain or coloured and you can use paper as well. We'll need a craft knife or a very sharp knife, but if you are using a very sharp knife, always be careful. You'll need a ruler as well, and you'll need a cutting board or an old magazine or a newspaper to cut onto. You'll also need some craft glue and some double-sided sticky tape. We will also need some string or some thin ribbon. I've got some string here and some thin ribbon. You'll also need a gift to put inside. I've got a nice little healthy food treat here as gift, and I need my template. You can just place your template on top like this, but if you've got some blutack, you can just kind of stick a little blutack on each corner and stick it down. It's just to keep it from moving around too much, but if you don't have that, it doesn't matter. Make sure you place the template on nice and square so that each corner matches. There we are. So that's how it's going to look. Card on one side, template on the other. This is where I now need my craft knife. So I'm just going to open that up just to a very short blade. That keeps it nice and safe. And I've got my ruler here. This template is very, very easy in that all you're doing is cutting round each diamond. So each of those little little diamonds will be cut out. So just line up on your diamond shape, get your knife and just cut down. This is the bit that's going to take the most time to do. You'll have to just keep moving it around. 2, 3, and 4. So what I should now be able to do is I should be able to just pop out that diamond. It doesn't matter if you've got little bits just catching in the corners, that's fine. And you've got 2 little shape ears. Don't throw these away. You could maybe use this to decorate some Christmas cards with. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get on and I'm going to cut each of these little diamonds out. So I'll see you in a minute when that's all done. Okay, I have one side cut out. Just remember you want those little gaps to be there. The reason you want those little gaps there is because that's what's going to keep the end of the cracker together. You want to make them quite small gaps, but you've got to make sure that you don't cut over into it because otherwise it'll just break off. You want to make sure that they're still all attached. Okay, so that's one side cut out. I'm now going to do the other side, and this time I'm going to do all my cuts in one direction and then turn it and do all my cuts in the other direction. There we go, that's all the cuts done. Sometimes the little diamonds might stick on, that's fine, you can just pull them off gently. If you haven't cut enough, you can always just go back with your craft knife and gently cut. Or if you want to, you could also get yourself a little pair of scissors or something and just snip off any bits that won't come off. So there we go, that's the cracker cut out. I can now remove the template. Remember to remove the blue tack as well. So that's my template, and I can reuse this template. So this is what you're left with. That is your shape. Okay. This is now the slightly trickier bit, because you now want to get it made round into the cracker shape. So it means folding it round in on itself. This is why you don't want card that's too thick, but also card is better than paper because it's a little bit harder, a bit more rigid. It's not going to be quite as easy to break or crease. If you're using glue, you would put some glue all the way along one edge. I'm going to use tape. A little cut, so I'm just putting it right along the very edge. Doesn't matter if it folds into the diamond a little bit. I can just snip and snip. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit on the other two ends as well. Remember taking it right to the edge. And again to the other edge. Make sure that's pressed down well. And just take the other end of the tape off. Now, if you've used the glue, you've stuck the glue along there, you're then just going to have to fold it over. You want to fold it over so that one of your sets of diamonds are overlapping. So you can look through the cracker, you can look through the cuts you've made, line up your diamonds and press it down. So there we go. Press it down here. If you've got glue, you're going to have to keep pressing. And this is where you can actually use the diamond cuts to help, because you can put your finger in and you can press in on the glue. If you've got glue, you can also press it down this way, and you can put your ruler inside all the way through and press down like that as well. So that's a really good, easy way to help you stick if you're using the glue as well, because then you've got something on it all the way through. So the glue might take a little bit longer to stick, but that's absolutely fine. Remember not to use too much glue, because otherwise you're just going to end up with glue spreading everywhere. That's stuck. Now you see how I've gone over just a little bit there onto that diamond, but that's fine. I've got my little pair of scissors. I can just cut to create the little diamond shape there that's now missing. Do it on this side as well. That is your cracker. Right, what you want to do now is gently press in on one of the sides. You can press it in and you can see how it's bending there. Turn it around and make sure they're all bending the same way. Sometimes they bend the other way, that's okay. You just put your finger on and pop it back in. There you go. That's one end of the cracker done. Using this template in this shape's really good because it's easy to then get your piece of ribbon or your piece of string, tie it round, just tie a knot, and you can see how that just draws it together, brings it together nicely, and you can do a nice little bow or anything you want to there. So I've got just a little bow. This is where you might want to do other things. You can also add cracker snaps. You can get these on online shopping quite easily, and they're quite cheap and can be fun if you just want that little extra crack. So if you were using one of these, it's very easy because all you would do is take one out. Even with one end already fastened, you've still got a small hole there. Hopefully you can see that. Not big enough for anything to fall out, but big enough for you to put the snap in all the way through. This is where you'd want just probably a little bit of glue or something just to stop the snap from running away on one end. So that's all you would do with that if you wanted to add the snap in. Don't close the other end quite yet because you want to put your gift in. So that's my gift in. It's quite a big cracker, quite a thick cracker, this one, so it's good because you can fit quite a lot of things in there. I've got my little healthy treat. If you've got a packet of Christmas hats, you could put those in, or if you've got some old birthday balloons that you haven't used up. Also, it's time for that cheesy joke. So think of all those cheesy jokes you've been saving up all year, write it down on a piece of paper, pop it in, and then you've got a joke for the person who pulls the cracker. We now want to seal it up so that the treat doesn't fall out. So again, you're pushing it. There you go, look, that one's going the wrong way, so just push it in with your finger. Like that. There we go, so that's all the way around. Get your second piece of ribbon. Pull it round. Little knot to start with, that just draws it together again. Tie your bow. And there you go. You've got your perfect little Christmas cracker, all ready to go. Now that you've made your Christmas cracker, it's all ready for you to use on Christmas Day. But there are a few safety things to remember as well. If you have been using a craft knife, always remember to retract the blade, put it back in safely. If you've used a sharp knife, put it away safely where you got it from. And if you've been using scissors, put them away safely as well. Remember never to run around the house with scissors or knives. Everybody at Edinburgh Community Food wishes you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.